Guys, I'm back with another layout for May I Scraplift You. I realize the camera is crooked. Sorry about that, guys. And I am scrapbooking Michelle Schmidt. She is Scrappy Soul Sister on Instagram. I will leave all of her links below. But this is the layout I'm scraplifting. So I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. She used the Vicky Bouton Flower Emporium collection, and that background is one sheet of paper, one of the pattern papers. I'm using an older Pinkfresh Studio collection to do a beach layout, but I loved her design, and so I'm gonna create this background by just cutting up papers into 1.5-inch squares and then doing some stamping and a little mixed media on the other side of my paper. But what I loved about this is I do have, I've got 2 3x4 photos and one smaller one. I can't remember the size. I'll show you that in a minute. I might rotate it. I have to play around with it. I'm gonna first just start by creating the paper, like getting my squares and stuff, but I don't know. I love it. I love the little embellishment coming off the side here, and I love these embellishments. I'm not going to use a cut file like she did, most likely, but we'll see. Maybe I will. So anyway, I will leave links to her social media below. And as you know, I'm doing this for May I Scraplift You. We put out layouts every second Saturday of the month. And I will leave any links to any of the ladies who are participating this month below as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward for the rest of this process. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, I am back, and we're going to go ahead and think about getting these squares glued down. I was showing you, those are the papers I pulled from that, was it Summer Lights, or I can't remember, the Paige Evans collection, super old, from 2017. And the papers went really well, so I'm super happy to have found that and then found the embellishments as well in my stash. So I had decided I'm going to turn the sketch, or turn the inspiration, the Scraplift, and I'm going to, because of the orientation of my photos, I felt like it worked out a little bit better. So I'm going to do the squares will be at the top of the layout, and then at the bottom will be where the scripty stuff is on Michelle's layout. The nice thing about this layout is I did it on a ledger paper, so it was super easy to get all of these squares lined up the way I wanted them to. And I love how that looks. And I apologize, I was going to say I will scoop my layup up here in just a minute. This is a Simon Hurley newspaper text stamp, a background stamp, rubber stamp, and I absolutely love it. I will link it below for y'all. And the paper that Michelle used had some text print on it, and so I thought I would make it myself, and I'm loving how that looks. That little seam in the middle where you can see where the stamp doesn't exactly line up will be covered by my photos, and I kind of knew that when I was stamping it, so I wasn't really worried about it. I'm going to back those top 2 papers with this cloud paper from that Paige Evans collection, and then the bottom one is with a yellow paper from that same collection, and it really just makes them pop a little bit on the page. Now I'm kind of looking through the acetate titles that came with the collection for Pinkfresh Studio. I end up not using those, but look at that cool wave and the little beach or lifeguard stand. Those were in that Paige Evans collection, and I love it. That one at the top says, "Let's have some fun in the sun," and I put that little seagull head up there, and that kind of represents her little embellishment cluster that's coming off, would have been on the side for her, and love it. And then there's my little seagull at the bottom, you guys. I love him so much, and he's going to be my main cluster at the bottom there. There's where I stamped that yellow circle that I don't like, but we'll fix that later. Layering up that little sticker that says summer and it says July on it. And now I'm just going to build my clusters up using some seashell stickers from the Paige Evans collection. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of the acetate. I tried to add some wintergreen stamping to kind of offset that yellow. It didn't work, but I'll fix it later. This little piece says Hello Happiness, and that was just from my stash. That's not going to stay there, spoiler alert, but it will stay on the page, so there's that. I found that summer was really crooked, so I went ahead and fixed that. And right now, I'm just doing what I always do, and that's just like auditioning all of the embellishments. Found those little sunglasses in the chipboard, and they fit that seagull perfectly, so I absolutely love that, adding the little sunglasses on the seagull on the top. Super fun. Added a sticker from the Pinkfresh collection that just says fun, and a little chipboard shell. And at the bottom here, I added, and I'm sorry you don't see it right now. I'm so bad at I need to zoom out my camera. But there's a little chipboard camera down there that I layered up, and some more chipboard shells. And then by the lifeguard stand, there's a sticker that says Beach Life. And I'm just kind of bulking up my embellishment clusters a little bit. And that is really it, guys. I'm going to come back and explain some other things with my title in just a second. Hey guys, I thought I was filming and I wasn't, but I was really taking time to try to figure out what my title was going to be. And I had also found a spot on the layout that I did not like that I wanted to somehow fix. So as you saw earlier in the video when I was kind of stamping these little messy rings here, I had this yellow one down here, and when it was all said and done, I absolutely did not like it. I had added some green other stamping here that you really can't see, but you could see this yellow here right like in a really bad spot. Swisher. And I was like, this just looks like it's completely out of place. So I was trying to figure out how to fix it, and I decided I would just add to it to make it look more purposeful. So I got out a couple of other stamps, and I stamped a little ring there in pink, and then I stamped it in the green, and then got that all done. And I like it a little better. Honestly, if I were to go back and change it, probably would not even have all of this in here. I would have just left it be. But I'd already started it, and I had to fix it to where I at least didn't hate it. And then I was going through all sorts of titles and everything, and I'm terrible at titles. And I decided to do just Happy Seagull. And I'm going to put some journaling strips down here of the story, because this poor little seagull, my husband started throwing him food, and that is a no on the beach, because you start doing that and then they are flocking you. So I was yelling at my husband, like, stop feeding this guy. Then we realized that poor guy was missing a foot. So he had a leg, but the foot was missing on one of his legs. So then it was like, okay, we'll give him a couple chips, because he's not able to kind of get in on the action, because all the other seagulls are getting to the food quicker than him. So when I added this black here, then I was like, oh, I have no black really in the layout. So I added, just with the little X's, a little stamp, I added a little black. Again, looking back on it, I kind of wish these weren't here, but I don't hate them. if I were to make any changes to this layout, it would probably be to leave enough alone, right? But I always have to do a little bit something more, and this is a situation where I wish I wouldn't have. But I'm really happy with the way the layout turned out. There will be some photos at the end for you, some close-ups on of it, so stay tuned for that. I will leave links to anything that is available in the My Little Scrapbook Store shop. There may be some of the Pinkfresh Studio collection left, and the die that I made the Seagulls with. The Paige Evans collection is long gone because that's from 2017. So I hope y'all enjoyed this process. Again, check out all the links below and have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.